Hey there, welcome to ShareTreck. This is your friend Raj here. And today I'm going to be diving into Beam Therapeutics Q1 2024 earnings report. I'll also provide a short-term price target if you watch till the end. And this update brings some much awaited progress and milestones for this biotech company, which I believe is making strides in precision genetic medicines through base editing. And it's worthwhile to remember every once in a while that Beam Therapeutics has developed and consolidated significant technology and intellectual property covering the elements of base editing as well as additional gene editing technologies and delivery modalities. With exclusive licenses from Broad Institute, this company is a powerhouse when it comes to base editing. Let's take a closer look and let's get started with the Q1 earnings release. Welcome back, friends. Key highlights from Beam Therapeutics Q1 2024 report in the area of hematology franchise is that Beam has made significant headway with their Beam 101 Beacon trial aimed at treating severe sickle cell disease. They have successfully completed dosing and engraftment for 3 patients in the Sentinel cohort. This achievement allows them to move forward with the expansion phase of the trial, where they will start dosing more patients imminently. We are looking forward to seeing data from multiple patients later this year, which will give us a clearer picture of Beam 101's potential and health. Then, if we look at the genetic disease franchise, which is the second part of the pipeline that Beam Therapeutics has got, I would say that another major update is due in the progress of Beam 302, targeting alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency. We have news that Beam has secured clearances from the UK Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency to initiate their phase 1/2 trial. And this study aims to correct the disease-causing mutation in AATD, potentially benefiting patients with both lung and liver disease manifestations. And in terms of upcoming milestones, which I always look forward to, because there are some companies which have been very, very slow, Editas, for example, and Beam Therapeutics, where we have been waiting forever to see some movements. Looking at milestones, potential milestones, is always beneficial. So here are some key milestones for Beam Therapeutics in 2024, which means they are targeting them in 2024. Whether they'll achieve it or not is a different story altogether. So let's start with the hematology franchise. They plan to enroll and dose up to 45 patients in the expansion cohort of the Beam 101 trial, and they plan to report data from multiple patients in the Beam 101 Beacon trial in the second half of 2024. They also plan to advance their escape conditioning platform with phase 1 enabling preclinical studies. So this is all that they're trying to do. And how many of them they succeed in will determine how much of positive catalyst we get for the stock in 2024. Next, looking at the genetic disease franchise, they plan to initiate phase 1/2 trial for Beam 302 in AATD in the first half of 2024. We are almost close to the end of first half, so it should happen anytime imminently. And they plan to submit an investigational new drug or IND application in the US for Beam 301 to treat glycogen storage disease type 1A in the first half of 2024. We are very close to the end of the first half of 2024. So this is also very, very imminent. So we are looking at potentially 2 catalysts that can move the market price for the stock. And we'll also look at TradingView before we wind down, where you can already see an upward movement in the price of Beam Therapeutics. Now let's look at the financial overview. On the financial front, Beam reported a solid cash position with approximately 1.1 billion in cash equivalents, and marketable securities as of 31st of March 2024. This is down slightly from 1.2 billion at the end of 2023, but still provides a robust runway. And Beam expects this cash position will support their operations and capital expenditure needs well into 2027. So that seems to be a stable situation to be in. And this cash balance also includes funding for anticipated milestones we have discussed and platform advancements and manufacturing capabilities. So if we were to look at the first quarter of 2024, R&D expenses were 84.8 million, which is down from 99.6 million in Q1 2023. If you look at general and administrative expenses, they came in at 26.7 million, which is up from 23.5 million in Q1 2023. And when it comes to net loss, they came in at $98.7 million or $1.21 per share compared to $96.5 million or $1.33 per share in Q1 2023. So in terms of loss per share, they have improved, but overall in terms of loss, the number is high. Now, if we look at the TradingView platform, we'll see some price patterns, and I'm going to give you a short-term price target. Of course, this is my personal opinion, not financial advice, so please do your own due diligence. This is the price chart for Beam Therapeutics, and each of these candles is a one-day candle. And friends, as you can see in the last few days, Beam Therapeutics has been improving. If you look at their earnings release, their EPS came out much better than anticipated. They came in 14.5 better than the street 14.5% better than the street expectations when it comes to the EPS, coming in at $1.21 loss per share as compared to an estimate of $1.41 per share. So things are much better from the EPS perspective, and they are getting rewarded. But if you look at the revenue side, they were down 56.63% from the expectation. They reported 7.41 million, whereas the street was expecting 17.087 million. However, if you were to look at the chart out here, you can see that there was a spike in the momentum, and it's hovering very close to the average momentum. So I wanted to push above 50% here so that I can be comfortable. But when I look at MACD, I'm feeling comfortable that it's already bullish and moving away from the signal line. So that's a very good positive point. Now I have also done a pattern out here. I identified a pattern out here, double bottoms. So what I have done is I've drawn this line to connect the double bottoms, and I've also drawn a line out here up to the what I consider to be the neckline of this double bottom, and I've placed it on top of the neckline of the double bottom, and that gives me a price target of 26.56 in the short term. And you will notice that today we had spiked all the way up to 26.13. So I cannot guarantee that we are again going to touch 26.44, which seems to be the approximate target of this double bottom, or we have already met the target and we have been subdued by the resistance at 25.10. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow, but the chances of it going up is much higher than coming down. We just need to break through this resistance at 25.10. So that's what I would like to say with regard to Beam Therapeutics. Now let me summarize what I think about Beam Therapeutics overall. I think Beam Therapeutics is making impressive strides in developing groundbreaking treatments for severe genetic diseases. Their commitment to advancing hematology and genetic disease franchises, supported by a strong financial position, positions them well for continued progress in 2024 and beyond, all the way up to 2027, which is their current cash runway. So I would keep an eye out for the upcoming data releases and trial initiations, as they could provide significant insights into the future of base editing as a transformative therapeutic option. And we have already seen FDA look at base edited products in the past and asked questions about inheritability, and those questions have been answered satisfactorily. So I'm feeling more confident about base editing. So from that perspective, I think Beam is a good company. But friends, it's a high interest rate environment, and any company that does not have a product revenue stream, it's going to face a lot of headwinds. And I think Beam Therapeutics is one of those which is facing headwinds. We just need a few rate cuts and things will be singing once again. So friends, that's all for today's update. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out any of the future updates about Beam Therapeutics and other exciting biotech companies that we covered. So I'd like to see you next time in the next video. Bye for now.